Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. Once again, we have another video for you guys. I hope you guys stay with me and enjoy this video. So today we are going to be talking about the FPL, which is the Fantasy Premier League video. It is something which I have loved, and I started playing it about starting last year. So this is my second season as an FPL manager. So I'm going to be bringing you the league which I joined with a couple of friends, how that has been going, and my position on that table. So let's dive right into it. So the league is the estate, and this is my second season with this handsome gentleman, and it's been going great so far. We have a WhatsApp channel that we share a lot of banter, a lot of fun. Like as the game weeks are going on, we talk back and forth. It's been exciting. So and we've been having a lot of fun. So as the currently we are about 14 of us in this league, and as you can see, your boy is right up there, second on the table with the Bank FC. And we've had someone that has always been a pain in the ass, and he's been at the top of the table, Montana. And since last season, he won it last season. He's a tough competitor, and it's been hard for us to catch him. And he's good. I'll give him that. But the halfway gone, and we started trying to see if I can catch up to him. Probably win this league this season. So I'm gonna go right into my team. To game week 21 wasn't really great. I think I came in third for out of the third highest or fourth highest point in our group with 64 points. I really didn't rack that much point. I Pickford, which is my pick for goalkeeper. I think they played Aston Villa, and the match ended 1-0. Um, Everton was beaten 1-0, so that match ended 1-0, and so therefore my goalkeeper got 1 point. Fulham played, and I returned to back to 7 point with, and Newcastle has been on excellent form so far. He gave me 6 point. Trent hasn't been that performing in the last two games. He's been really poor and bang average. He was excellent the previous three games upcoming these two. So I'm still holding on to him. I'm contemplating if I am going to sell him maybe next week or week after that. But we still have a strong midfield of Mbomo, Palmer, Salah, and Luis Diaz. And for our front line, we have Isak, red hot form, I think scoring in his last 8 games. He gave a return of 9 points. We have Chris Wood, who again found the back of the net, and we have Wisa. So in total, I had 64 points for game week 2. And I was kind of disappointed with that because coming into this game week, I had contemplated giving the captain armband to Isak. And if I had done that, I would have racked a lot more points because Mohamed Salah returned blank for this game week. So it wasn't that great. But we didn't lose any positions on the table. I still remain second in the league. And it's been good so far. So if we go back a little bit behind and try to see who won the game week, looking at this from the point, we have very, very tough guy here, English Basa, who came with 100 points. That was amazing. And he filled in a really good team, and he activated bench boost. He played his bench boost, which kind of took the edge out of us in the group, and that gave him a return of 100 points. Luckily enough for him, he had Ahmad Diallo, who was there to rack up the hat trick that he scored against Southampton. That gave him 20 points, and it was an amazing return. So he won the league. He won the game week. Excellent. Congratulations, Elvis. So we are now going to take a look at the upcoming game week 22, which is tomorrow. And there's a few talking points that I want to look at. But before let's go back to my team. And as I said earlier on, I wasn't really happy with the way that because of a lot of the players didn't return the points which I had expected, and also with the choice of my captain going with Salah over Isak, and I was pissed off immediately that match ended, and also seeing how the Manchester game went. As soon as the United game ended, I just went straight ahead and sold Luis Diaz, because since I got him in game week 19, he hasn't been returning the points that I expected of him, coming at a high price that he is. So it was a wise decision for me to sell him, and I went for Ahmad. So I went ahead. I had 4 transfers to use. I brought in Ahmad, so that saves me some money on Luis, who is, I believe he is 7.2 million. So I did sell him. I think he said, yeah, 7.5 million. So I did sell Luis Diaz, and I brought in Ahmad and a host of other players that we are going to look at subsequently. So Trent Alexander-Arnold, I'm still contemplating if I should get rid of him or I should still keep him. And we're going to see. So this is how the team turned out for last week with 64. I think this is probably one of my lowest game week points, to be honest. But anyway, let's see what the coming game week is. I'm just going to go ahead to the pick teams because I went ahead and did my transfers before doing this video. So, but in subsequent videos, I am going to give you guys an insight and thought as to why I'm selling a player and who I'm bringing in and why I'm bringing in that player. But I already made my transfers. So I think as we saw, we no longer have Luis Diaz. I did sell Luis Diaz and I brought in Ahmad. And also I decided to go with an Arsenal player, and the best choice for me was Martinelli. I think I saw another player up front. Can't remember who that was. And in the back line, I decided to go with Milenkovic. So this is our team. Let's go in and see how we can make our selection for the upcoming game week. All right. So perfect. So in goal we have Henderson. That's a Crystal Palace goalkeeper, and they're playing against West Ham. And if we look at the other goalkeeper that we have down there, we have Pickford, who is playing against Spurs. I believe that Spurs are going to have more creative chances towards the pole to score more goals. And for that reason, I'm going to have Pickford in goal. So I'm going to switch player, and I'm going to put Pickford in goal. And looking at the back line, since we brought in Milenkovic, a good game coming up in game week 22 on Sunday against Southampton, who are the bottom club in the league. So it was a smart move for me to go ahead and buy Milenkovic because they have been in exceptional form. So we are going to have a back 3-5-2 formation. For our back line, we're going to have Milenkovic. They are playing against Southampton. So I think we are going to keep him there. They've been in exceptional form. Newcastle have been scoring, even though they are not really that solid in the back, but it's still a good defensive choice. They are playing Bournemouth. And our third pick is Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm not really confident in Trent because he hasn't really been firing on all cylinders, and I know that Brentford are going to score a goal. So if Brentford score, that brings his return to maybe 1 or 2 if he doesn't pick a red card, if he doesn't pick up a yellow card. So for that reason, I'm going to switch him out with Robinson, who has been in excellent form for against Leicester. Leicester scoring, not sure about that, so I'm going to go with Robinson to make up the third centre back. And again, our midfield of 5, pretty much standard. We have Cole Palmer. He's not that certain of playing because some information that he has a 75% chance of playing with some injuries, but we'll see how that goes. I'm still going to keep him in there. Obviously, we have Salah, and when you transfer in Ahmad comes into midfield, they have a good game against Brighton, so maybe he scores, nick in 1 or 2 goals. We have Mbomo, who has been in hot form. That's Cameroonian. Hopefully, that goal scoring form continues and they are able to stop Liverpool. As I'm an Arsenal fan, so it will be a joy and a pleasure for them to be able to stop Liverpool. And I'm expecting him to at least give an assist or score. Liverpool are not really great with keeping clean sheets, so Momo for return. And to complete the midfield of 5, I'm going to go for Martinelli, who has also been. He's had a 7/5, 7/10 performance. So he was the only reasonable Arsenal player that I could bring in. So I decided to go for him. And up front, we have Alexander Isak, no doubt, who has been excellent, scoring in his last 9 games back to back. So that's a must for us. And to complete the striking partnership, he's been paired along with Wisa. So we have that excellent partnership of Mboma and Wisa. I'm hoping that they're able to stop Liverpool tomorrow from getting a win. So it should be maybe a draw or Brentford win. So we're going to come into that. For our bench, we have Henderson, Johnson, Chris Wood, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. All right. So now the big question: who do we captain? I have 3 choices. We have Salah, we have Isak, and we have. Oh, sorry. Before we go there, Chris Wood has to come in, so we have to figure out who we are going to bench to bring in Chris Wood. And for that reason, I might tweak this formation a little bit. So if I want to bring Chris Wood in, I might be tempted to put Martinelli on the bench. Perfect. So that should give us a 3-4-3 formation, not a 3-5-2 formation. So 3-4-3 formation. Very good players on the bench, man. Henderson, Martinelli, Trent. So I'm thinking of using the bench boost this weekend. It's been on my mind for the past 2 days, but we'll see towards the end. So this is the players that we have on the bench. Going back now to the captain. Who do we captain this game week? We have Chris Wood, we have Salah, and Isak. It's a tough choice to make, but it's something that we have to look at a few factors in order to make this decision. And definitely, we have to look at the striker, the striker that has been the most informed, and that is going to be it's going to be Isak. He's been in hot scoring form, as we know that Newcastle has been quietly going through about their business in the Premier League and have snuck into the top 4 thanks to an impressive 6 successive league wins. Coupled with that is the fact that they're also on the brink of reaching the Carabao Cup. We know that they played the first leg against Arsenal and they won us on that game 2 goals to nothing. And things are rosy for. So, and their midweek game against Wolves, it was a 3-0 match with Isak scoring 2 of those goals and assisting 1. So they undoubtedly behind up the outright record against Bournemouth and 3 successive home league wins to nil by a 3-point margin suggests that they could secure it in style. So the odds are in favor of Newcastle winning with Trent scoring. So the head-to-head history isn't quite on their side. in search of an outright record, though, as they are winless across the last 5 league meetings with Bournemouth. They have drawn 4 and they have lost 1, and they have never kept a clean sheet against the Cherries in 6 Premier League games at St James Park. So that's looking like both teams score match. So this is arguably a meeting between the two most informed teams in the league, as we know that Bournemouth has been on a good scoring form, on a good record. And so Bournemouth are going to make that long trip journey up north with a proud record of their own. So with their head coach Andoni Areola's men, they are unbeaten in 10 games in all competitions. So they've won 6 and they have drawn 4, and they'll feel that record should be even heavier weight towards the win column after they had a stoppage time equalizer against their midweek match against Chelsea when what was his name? Rich James scored, making the match 2-2. So 9 of those unbeaten games came in the Premier League, and it is the club record at this level. So they've won 4 and they've won 5 and drawn 4, and they're scoring 2+ goals in their last 6 top flight away games, which hints that attack is their best form of defense. So hopefully they're able to make a couple of goals. So that rings. So with that, the key thing here is looking at Alexander Isak, who has scored in 8 successive Premier League games as he's close in on Jimmy Vardy's record of 11. Remember the season when Leicester won the Premier League, Vardy scored on 11-game streak. So I want to believe that Isak is eyeing that record. And so for that reason, Isak is very much high on that for my captain of the week, but we cannot look to the side option, Mo Salah. Or you never know when you think of not giving him the captain armband. That's when he turns up and is firing on all cylinders. But again, they're playing against Brentford. Brentford are also not an easy side. So Brentford's current form, I think their current 4-game winless run at home, they've drawn 1 and they have lost 3. Is a worrying consideration. As they were victorious in 9 of their first 10 home games. They're victorious in 9 of their 10 home games this campaign. So we also have to look at Liverpool, who is the visitors. Liverpool also had a back-to-back and shared the spoils in their last outing. Again, as we had mentioned, they played Brentford, and that match ended, I think it was 2-2. 1-1, sorry. They came behind to rescue a 1-1 draw away to high flying. Sorry, it was Forest. So Anslot has now seen his team win just 1 of their last 4 games in 2025, which is an exceptional record for an Arsenal fan. And we're hoping that instead of having this draw, start losing some games. I mean, we need them to lose those games so that we can cover the gap. We can close down the gap on them and keep this Premier League challenge an exciting one. We also have to know that their starman, Salah, who is going to be in hot form. But so now when we put Isak and Salah, Isak is definitely going to be a more favorable pick over Salah. But now we have to also look at Chris Wood, who they have a game against Southampton. And we know that Southampton hasn't had the best form this season. They are rock bottom of the Premier League table. And they played an exceptional game against Manchester United over the week, but they that game by 3-1, courtesy of a hat trick from Amad Diallo. So they haven't won a game in like forever, and Forest will be hoping that the form of their talisman Chris Wood continues. So I'm kind of torn between Chris Wood and Isak. Who do we go with? before I decided to do this video. I had decided to go with Chris Wood, but on second thought, I might be drawn more towards Isak over Chris Wood. But the thing is, most of the guys in the group will try to captain Isak, and I'm trying to go where if he has a blank, whoever I captain gets me more return. A lot of people would not look towards captaining Chris Wood. This is a high risk gamble, giving the captain back to Chris Wood and not Isak because he's that record which we mentioned, that Jimmy Vardy's record, he's going to be eyeing that record. So it's kind of a tough one to pass on Isak and give the captain and band to Chris Wood. For that reason, yeah, I'm going to leave it with Wood. Might not be a good choice, but it is what it is. So we talked about using our bench boost. Is it the right time to use it or not? And I really want to win this game week because it's the first video that we are doing for FPL reviews. So I want us to maximize on the highest number of points and win the game week. So for that reason, I am going to play my bench boost. So let's activate that chip. Perfect. So bench boost is active. We are ready to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and save our team. And that should be it. We are locked in for our FPL team for game week 22. Hopefully, it's going to be an amazing game week and we can return the highest number of points. And I'll see you guys Sunday. I think Monday after all the games have concluded. And hopefully, it's going to be an exciting video with us being the winners in the elite group with the maximum number of points. Cheers, peace, and love. See you guys.